Well, this is the first time I've done this in a while. Um, I'm doing this on Sunday morning. Um, I'm just, um, I'm not sure where to take this, to be honest. I did this some years ago, and it really didn't work out for me. I got stalked by a colleague at work, which wasn't cool. It actually ended up that I ended up deleting all my videos, and it just got very, very unpleasant. Having gone through a lot of issues since then, I'm off night shift, I'm working on days, I'm working with some really, really great colleagues here at Sainsbury's and Peebles. I'm meeting a lot of nice customers. I can't thank the management enough, and my colleagues and my friends and my family too, for their support. I'm really nervous about doing this, as I suffer from anxiety issues, which were which I was lucky enough to have dealt with last year, thanks to Jane and Jenna at work, who really got the ball rolling, and Dr. Meldrum as well, who referred me on to the East West Mental Health clinic at the BGH, and I met with Dr. Dixon at Hay Lodge. Having had these problems for, well, all my life, for 50 years, it really brought home to me how important it was to get my mental health and to get my mental health issues dealt with. I do meditation. I write a diary type thing on my Word app on my Samsung phone, which is what I'm doing at the moment. I'm doing this before work. I want to do this more often, as I think it'll help my communication skills, if nothing else. The last time I did this, I posted a number of videos. I had a lot of love and best wishes from people, a lot of advice, and I didn't go through with it. I think this time's different. I feel more ready than ever before to do this. It took me a while to do the diary, and now the diary is up and running. I'm gonna do a little bit more. Try and do it every day. Try and maybe do a video blog, a vlog as often as I can. When I go out and visit places like Dalton and Dryburgh Abbey and Melrose and places like that, I want to do a thing there as well. I feel a real connection, a real spiritual connection with a lot of these places. For someone that suffers from anxiety issues, doing something like this, it's scary, because I'm coming out my comfort zone. I'm finding this whole thing completely emotional. I'm all over the place, but I feel this is going to be very therapeutic. Like I say, there was a lot of love and respect for what I was doing before, a lot of advice on what to do and how to do it, and I just think, the time is now better than ever. I've cut the sleeves off my jacket. I've done it's now become a vest. I'll post a vlog of that as well, and I got a lot of gigs. Young Camera at Piss Christ Promotions is really cool. At Bannerman's in Edinburgh, so maybe some of you guys there, and got a lot of Doom gigs, but I like a lot of music. Music's really helped. It's played a massive part in my life. Thankfully, I've got a 32 gig micro SD card in my phone now, and I'll be able to save more videos on here, and I'm going to get a 32 gig for my refurbed Samsung Galaxy Tab. So, you know, I've had the flu for the last little while. I've not been feeling too good, but I've still got to work. I'm blessed to have a job, and you know, that's important. I have 6 wonderful kids. I don't see them as often as I'd like, but I'm in touch with them on a regular basis. Yeah, I have a nice car. I live in the Borders near Peebles. I don't travel as much as I should, and I don't see many people outside of work as often as I should. My commitment is to my kids. I'm looking forward to getting feedback on this. As I say, it's a very important part of my life. Communication, you know, getting it out there that I do have anxiety issues. I'm slightly autistic. It's not that I'm not a nice person or I'm not kind or whatever. I just have problems relating to people. I do make a lot of mistakes. I don't deny that. I try and rectify them as best I can. I mean, being on night shift was very isolating. It did cause a lot of problems for me. I'm not saying that the guys weren't kind to me, they were, but I think it was the wrong thing for me to be doing. I've been divorced now for 10 years, and I can't deny it's not been difficult. It's been very difficult for me, you know, the adjustment, and I don't think it's been easy for you know, the kids or whatever, you know. Deep breath. Exhale. Here's to the future. You know, no fear. You know, as I say, you know, when I go and visit places like Dalton, I want to take a video and upload it so I've got something to remember. I think for too many years I buried the past. I had a very, very difficult childhood. I struggled a lot. My dad was an alcoholic, and I had a very dysfunctional upbringing. Things have settled down, you know, in the last few years, especially since I moved on to days. You know, I've been to a lot of Aston Mother's Temple gigs. I've like 27 of their albums, I think, something like that. I like their music. I like 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, millennium music. I love spending time with my family. I think one of my biggest problems, and something I'm going to have to, you know, to deal with on a regular basis, is my lack of confidence. And it's not that, I just think it is a problem I have to deal with. And I'm glad for modern technology being what it is. You know, I wish I'd kept this up. I think it would have helped me a lot. You know. You know, you know, that is part of the problem, though. You look back on the past and you think, what could I have done differently? Well, obviously I could have done a lot of things differently. But I am doing things differently, if you know what I mean. I'm now able to, as I say, do this, which I'm going to do on a regular basis. I keep a diary of sorts on a regular basis. And I think talking about my problems on a video to anyone who's willing to listen, and I'm sure there are people out there willing to listen to what I'm saying on a regular basis, is going to be good. And it would be great to get feedback and to write comments, and whether it's yay, nay, or negative, I mean, I recently posted that, there is no I or me, there is only us or we. And it's true, when I think of myself as an I person or me, I feel isolated. But when I think of my colleagues or my friends or my family as we or us, I feel much better. But sometimes, you need to put yourself first. I think maybe was one of my problems, was the lack of communication, As I say, thinking back on it now, realizing what I'm doing, here on a Sunday morning before work, talking to, whoever's willing to listen, this is good. It's good to talk. It really is good to talk. I feel much better, and I think doing this on a regular basis, posting things about my jacket, my love for music, and I love Vikings, Grimfrost, all that kind of thing. Growing the beard. I've been growing this beard, I think, since, I think it's September, so it's been a few months now. And everybody says, oh, you suit it, and it's nice. I thought, well, I need to change my appearance a little bit, maybe, I think I think one of my biggest problems, one of my biggest issues is personal inertia, and it is absolutely crippled me. My anxiety, it sometimes cripples me. I feel unable to do anything, and I think I think, and I'm fairly sure about this, that a lot of my problems have stemmed from the fact that I do, the anxiety, it is really physically draining and mentally draining. To stay positive all the time, I do find it draining. And that's I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody or trying to say anything horrible to anyone. As I say, I have a lot of respect and a lot of love for all those friends and colleagues who and family who have gone the extra mile for me. But it is difficult, Hopefully I'll be able to do some more of these on my tab, and be able to show you to show people my jacket. Anyway, I feel like I've run out of steam. Not that I feel I've run out of things to say. As I say, my childhood, my adulthood, it's not been easy. Not by any stretch. And I do lose the faith a lot of the time. I don't know how I bounce back. I do pray, and I do a lot of things that, I study my Bible and Book of Mormon and things like that, and it that does help, As Dr. Dixon said, praying on a regular basis does help, meditation, I think, there is going forward, this is a small step. I know this is a small step, but it's a step in the right direction, with each, one small step for me will help me move in the right direction. And I think posting these video vlogs or whatever you want to call them regularly, it'll help me talk about things. There may be occasions where I may not talk about specifics. I may say I've had a difficult day today and leave it at that. That's a road that's a difficult road. Having posted things about my ex and her parents and that kind of thing, and posted videos online, of the kids, I was basically ordered to take them down, and I had them printed and thrown in my face. It taught me that social media, once it's out there in the ether, that's it. You can't take it back. So I'm going to be very careful about what I say, how I say it, who I talk about. If it's negative, then, if it's personal, then I need to be careful. Because, like I say, once it's gone out there into the big wide world, there's nothing I can do to take it back. I wish life were easier for me. I really do. I know I don't often make life easy for myself, but I'm trying. I feel at 50, I've still got a lot to give. I've still got a lot to give at work. I still have a lot of weight to lose, but I've lost a lot of weight, and I think that's come about because of positivity and support and things like that at work and in my personal life. I think the personal contact that I get at work is very important to me, because that's something I do on a daily basis. I work hard. I believe. I really do. But I know in my heart of hearts that I can do things better. And of course I get feedback from colleagues and, management, and that's really important. And then, I can adapt that and mesh that into the things that I do on a daily basis. I need to be more adaptable. As I say, this vlog has probably taken a little bit longer than I thought to do. I think this is the right thing to do at this time. I regret having deleted the old blogs. I deleted them because, as I say, I was stalked by a colleague at work, and I think I should have reported said colleague. Said colleague still works at work, and unfortunately he's a troublemaker, to put it mildly. And I have not stayed in, I don't have him on social media. So, anyway. Here's to the future. No fear. And, hopefully this will be the start of things to come. Okay. Cheerio.